Hey ho, today we have two stories from relationship advice. One deals with crazy things a woman says under the influence of a sleep aid. The other deals with a young woman with cancer who gets cheated on. Spelling and grammar errors, courtesy of Reddit. Lol. Don't forget to like and subscribe. This story is titled, My 30 Male Partner, 36 Female, Made a Bizarre Rant About Large Man Organs while she was on Ambien. Not even sure where to begin. I have been with my partner for 3 years and nothing like this has ever happened. My partner takes 10 milligrams of Ambien every night, but sometimes she'll take 2 pills if she can't fall asleep. She has had really bad insomnia her whole life. When she takes more than 1 pill, sometimes she'll get up and do stuff like cook or watch TV in a half-dream state. I've tried to bring her back to bed, but she gets violently angry if I try to make her do anything while on Ambien. 2 nights ago, she took some Ambiens and got up and started cooking. She came back to bed with an egg sandwich and began to eat it. She asked me if I wanted any and I said no. She then proceeded to go into a 10-minute rant about all the large man organs she had before. She was a cocktail waitress at a very popular club in Miami, and has many pictures with famous athletes when she was in her early 20s. She kept talking about large man organs while eating. And it was strange because she was very calm the entire time, like she was reading an encyclopedia entry or something. She talked about what they felt like, and how they stretched her out to the point where she wasn't sure if she'd ever be normal again. And how one time she was double penetrated by the largest man organs she had ever seen, and so on. I tried not to listen, but she kept going and going about the man organs. It was very strange though, because she didn't talk in an excited manner at all, really just like she was reading a document or something. She kept saying, "Oh, you don't know what a huge man organ feels like." I didn't bring it up the next morning, but I have to admit that this conversation really disturbed me. I had no idea she had this kind of past, and I don't want to judge her for her past because that doesn't matter in the here and now, but still I feel a little upset for some reason. I'm finding it really hard to cope with this. Can someone tell me what she meant by this? What would possess her to say these things? Was she just making it up because of her sleeping medication? Comment 1. If it makes you feel at ease at all, when I was on Ambien, I woke my partner up and very sincerely confessed to a long string of murders. Describing them in graphic and gory detail to my poor horrified partner. He then had to physically restrain me from phoning the police and confessing to these murders. I have of course never actually murdered a person. I was describing the murders from a documentary I watched years earlier, which for some reason my brain landed on. Is it possible she's talking about her own past? Yes, quite. She might also be talking about an adult video she saw at some point, or a mixture of reality and fantasy, or some erotic novel she read when she was 16. Ambien is weird. I would honestly just talk to her, gently, explain what she said and say it made you feel a bit uncomfortable. It'll be an awkward conversation, but if you love each other it'll hopefully be one that will help put you at ease a bit. Comment 2. Yeah, I was really wondering if she was remembering like some adult videos, or something she watched, or even stories from friends or something and just reciting them from the first person because Ambien. Of course, it's possible it's her past as she said, but anything someone this drugged up says shouldn't be taken at face value. If Op is disturbed by the possibility of it being true, or if he's just disturbed at the possibility of something like that event happening again, I don't know, the sleep cooking and shite would be scary enough to me. Then he should probably talk about it with her and maybe suggest a new sleep aid. Comment 3. Hypnotic sleep aids, particularly Ambien, are known for the bizarre side effects including sleepwalking, sleep cooking and eating, sleep driving, amnesia, hallucinations, decreased awareness and memory issues. Ask her about her past when she is fully awake and aware of herself. See if she is open to a different class of sleep aids. Source: I'm a psychiatric prescriber. Comment 4. My partner also takes Ambien every single night. He doesn't get up and do anything, but we have wild conversations that he doesn't even remember. One morning he was having a dream and rolled over and said, "You'll get nothing when I die." I told him we have nothing and to go back to bed, so he did. In the morning he had no memory of it. She probably meant nothing by this, she could have just read something even. Better to just forget it. Or mention that it happened casually if you need to address it. Comment 5. I was on Ambien once. I did take 2 pills to sleep and I was high as a kite. I looked outside and was shouting to my husband that it was snowing, it was summer. I also said a bunch of nonsense that made 0 sense. I was quite embarrassed the next morning. She may have not meant a word that she has said since she was drugged up. If it is bothering you a lot, then ask her, but make sure you ask in a way that makes it a safe place for communication. This story is titled, My 23 Female Boyfriend, 23 Male, Cheated on Me while I was undergoing treatment for cancer. Should I still forgive him or break up? Just when I thought I hit rock bottom with my cancer diagnosis in the middle of a pandemic at my mid-20s, my boyfriend cheated on me. It's like being dragged through the dirt after an already painful fall. He told me it's a one-time thing, he regretted it in the middle of the act and didn't push through with it. He came clean to me a few days later and repeatedly apologized for his mistake. It was with an acquaintance after a night of drinking with other friends. They did things, but did not have actual sex. This happened a few days ago just as I ended my last chemotherapy session. I'm yet to have my last scan to see if I'm already in remission. I will have that scan in a few weeks. We had a relatively healthy relationship prior to this. We've been together for 4 years now. He is kind and honest. No manipulation whatsoever. When he came clean, I even thought it was a prank since I couldn't imagine him doing this sort of thing. When I got diagnosed, I gave him the option to break up. He stayed. He was there for me throughout the entire treatment and didn't show any signs of dissatisfaction over our relationship. In explaining why he did such a thing, he told me he got flattered that someone showed interest in him. He also made it clear that this was not about me having cancer and undergoing treatment. I don't know what to do. I'm so lost. I can imagine myself forgiving him, but I'm not sure if I should still get back together. I don't think I should be dealing with something as big as this right now. Comment 1. I'm so sorry for all the bad things you've gone through this past year. I hope you go into remission and get cured of this thing, first and foremost. Things like what you went through with your health might be God's way of showing you that life's too short to spend any more time with a cheater. You need to find someone that will be there through thick and thin without being swayed into bad things because someone showed interest in him. At the very least, take a break from that guy and take care of yourself. Undue stress can be bad for your health when you're trying to heal the most. Good luck, young lady. I hope everything works out for you. Smiley face. Comment 2. This may get buried, but I wanted to share my experience. Husband and I are also young 20s, and he went through testicular cancer in 2017. Speaking as his partner, I will say that it is a trying and confusing time for sure, but it never crossed my mind to cheat on him. You say that you're dealing with a cancer diagnosis, treatment during the pandemic. So, I assume this has been over the course of less than 1 to 2 years. Not to diminish your experience or anyone else's, but for some people, cancer is enduring and can last years or even the duration of their life, and your boyfriend couldn't hold on for how long? Honestly, as a fellow human being, sex whatever is great, but you have all your life to do that. He couldn't wait through cancer. Because he was flattered. And know that if you two are together for the long haul, you can look forward to a lifetime of many ups and downs, and here now he's shown you how he is when things get rough. With the roles reversed, how would you treat your partner in this scenario? As a side note, I don't know if you realize this, but not breaking up with you while you have cancer isn't really all that worthy of recognition. I obviously don't know all the ins and outs of your situation, nor his level of involvement, but I just wanted to share that just in case. I'm sorry, I don't know how much of this is helpful, but this is a reflexive dump on my perspective on the situation. Feel free to reply or ignore. Comment 3. Honestly, at this point, staying together or not is completely your decision. On the one hand, I am a believer that cheating doesn't need to be the end all for every relationship. It sounds like you found out by him fessing up soon after it happened. Trust has been broken, but it can be rebuilt. The thing is though is that you're in a point in life where you need to focus a lot of your energy on you and getting better. The stress of cancer recovery plus the stress of rebuilding a relationship can pile on you real fast. Both physically and emotionally. So, it really comes down to how much can you handle. Can you handle cancer and relationship recovery? If you can't, then you need to focus on you, and no one would blame you. But if you think you can handle both, then by all means proceed. I wish you a speedy recovery. Smiley face. Comment 4. This situation really bothers me. He cheated on you when things got hard. That's not okay. That's like a man cheating when their wife gets pregnant. Like, really. You were going through one of the scariest situations you will ever go through, and your boyfriend, the man that told you wanted to stick by you during it, decided to cheat on you with an acquaintance. That shows his moral and ethical character. I read a statement about cheaters that was similar to this. Many cheaters don't tell you they cheated out of remorse, they tell you to alleviate the guilt they feel from their action. That's selfish because they are doing it for themselves and not for you or your relationship. Any man that's willing to cheat while their significant other is going through cancer treatments isn't a keeper. Hell, I'll say it, they aren't even a man at all. Comment 5. What happens the next time you get sick, and he is stressed, and God forbid someone shows an interest in him? Break up, focus on yourself, and when the time is right you will meet someone who won't go looking for validation every time the spit hits the fan. When you meet that person, you will look back and wonder, why was I even considering forgiving this jerk? Get well soon. Thank you so very much for listening. Please check out my other videos and like and subscribe.